Is that million profit, million revenue? And if that's a profit, you'd be like, okay, this is what the profit margin needs to be. And then you reverse engineer exactly how many customers that's going to take. So that's
Mhm.
the process I would take to reach that first million.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
How would you like to achieve your first million? And today we have Aidan joining from Rhode Island, and he is CEO of a marketing agency and also a tech entrepreneur. So Aidan, tell us, what are the 5 steps that you recommend entrepreneurs out there to make the first million?
Well, the first thing is that you have to start broad. So you need to figure out like exactly like you gotta hit everything in terms of like just trying everything. People say like throwing something against the wall, like that's like the first step is you want to get into an industry and just try everything. And you want to do it really fast. Like you don't want to like just take a lot of time. I see people get into a business, they're like, oh, should I choose this niche and this niche and this niche? They spend months. It's crazy to me. They spend months just deciding like what industry to just go after. I would just go after all of them and then figure out what sticks. After that, once you figure out, okay, this industry is more responsive and stuff like that, then I would focus in on that industry. So I would, for example, let's just say software people are more responsive.
Mm-hmm.
Then you would figure out your website. You change out your messaging to really picture what they're doing. And what I would do is also take the time and understand their lingo. So take the time to really understand how they talk and use certain verbiage which they're used to. So once you have that taken care of, you've got your niche dialed down, then you need to also figure out a reliable lead generation source. And it's crazy, but a lot of businesses never get beyond this point. They never have a reliable lead generation source.
Mm-hmm.
They also don't understand that if they do have something which is working, what they often do is they start searching for other stuff. They switch from one thing to another. The most easy way to scale a business, and this is going to sound, pretty obvious to anyone listening, but it's just to double down on what's already working. So if you already have something which is working, just doubling down on that in terms of like just keep increasing that until there's no more like ROI in that particular vertical, meaning you totally maxed out that particular target audience. And at that point, it's okay to start looking for another marketing vehicle. But what I see oftentimes is people will say like, oh, I'm doing Facebook marketing. I'm also doing Twitter. I'm also doing Google. And I'm like, are you actually really good at any of these? And they said, no.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
And
What is?
yeah, and that's just like a massive mistake which I'm seeing entrepreneurs. And once you have all that stuff dialed down, you've mastered that. You also want to really focus in on like your customer audience. So like what makes them happy and how do you maximize their lifetime value? Because I think it's very possible to make a single customer spend $10,000, $20,000 if you focus and do that. So from the point of view of reverse engineering that process, if you plan out your goals, you're like, okay, I want to reach a million. Okay, is that million profit, million revenue? And if that's a profit, you'd be like, okay, this is what the profit margin needs to be. And then you reverse engineer exactly how many customers that's going to take. So that's the process I would take to reach that first million.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.